Over 80% of drivers have no idea their car is hiding features that could save them money, prevent accidents, or even expose secrets the manufacturers don't want you to know. And here's the wild part. Some of these features aren't just hidden. They were once banned, forgotten, or quietly buried in the manual, so you'd never think to use them. Think about it. How many times have you driven the same car for years, only to stumble across a secret function by accident? Maybe a hidden storage compartment, a mysterious button near the gear shifter, or a strange symbol on your dashboard you never bothered to check. Automakers build these tricks in for safety, convenience, and sometimes pure legal obligation, but they don't always tell you. Why? Because the less you know, the more money you spend on dealerships, repairs, and unnecessary upgrades. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the features hiding in plain sight. Some life-saving, some money-saving, and some so strange they sparked industry drama. Stick around, because the last one isn't just clever, it was powerful enough to get banned. Not every car feature was designed to be used freely. In fact, some were so ahead of their time, or so controversial, that governments actually banned them. And the reasons why will blow your mind. Take adaptive headlights. These high-tech beams don't just shine straight ahead, they literally follow your steering wheel. Turn into a dark corner, and the light turns with you, revealing what's around the bend before you even get there. Sounds like a no-brainer safety feature, right? Well, in the United States, adaptive headlights were banned for decades. Regulators thought they'd confuse drivers or blind oncoming traffic. Meanwhile, Europe had been using them for years, saving lives on winding roads. Only in 2022 did the US finally legalize advanced adaptive beam systems. By then, American drivers had been kept in the dark, literally, for nearly 20 years. Then there's night vision. Imagine seeing pedestrians, animals, or obstacles on a pitch-black road long before your headlights pick them up. Luxury brands like Mercedes, Audi, and BMW introduced this tech years ago, but it wasn't always welcomed. Critics argued it gave an unfair advantage to expensive cars, creating a safety divide between luxury owners and everyday drivers. Some manufacturers quietly pulled it from certain markets to dodge controversy. Even today, it remains rare in most vehicles, not because it doesn't work, but because it wasn't meant for everyone. And here's the kicker. Sometimes it's not regulators holding things back, but rival companies. In the early 2000s, Toyota rolled out radar-based safety tech in Japan that could have revolutionized accident prevention. But in the US, competitors lobbied hard against it, claiming it wasn't road-ready. By the time it finally hit American roads, years had passed, and rival brands had caught up. A hidden war between automakers delayed life-saving tech while drivers stayed vulnerable. The truth is, many features you think of as new aren't new at all. They were invented years ago, banned, buried, or fought over, until the industry finally decided you were allowed to have them. And if that sounds shady, wait until you hear about the safety systems that saved lives quietly, without most drivers ever realizing they were even there. Some car features are so effective at saving lives that you'd think automakers would scream about them in every ad campaign. But here's the twist. Many of the most important safety systems were designed to work quietly in the background, and most drivers don't even realize they exist. Take crumple zones. The first time you hear that your car is designed to collapse, it sounds insane, but it's actually one of the smartest engineering moves in automotive history. Mercedes-Benz pioneered the idea back in the 1950s. Instead of building cars like tanks, they built them to fold like soda cans. The front and rear sections are meant to crush on impact, absorbing the energy of a crash before it reaches you. The solid core in the middle, called the safety cell, acts like a shield, keeping the passenger space intact. This design has saved millions of lives, yet most drivers have no idea their car is meant to be destroyed in an accident. Automakers rarely advertise it because "your car will crumple like paper" doesn't exactly sell brochures. Now think about emergency braking assistance. In a panic, 90% of drivers don't slam the brakes hard enough. The system knows this, and when it senses a sudden stomp, it adds extra braking force instantly. It's like the car saying, "Don't worry, I've got this." And yet, drivers who survive close calls often never realize the system even stepped in. Worse, it doesn't always work perfectly. Rain, ice, or poor visibility can throw it off completely, which makes it both brilliant and a little terrifying. And what about blind spot monitoring? This clever radar-based system watches your car's invisible danger zones. If something sneaks up beside you, a light flashes on your mirror, or a loud chime yells, "Don't even think about it." But here's the catch. Many systems still fail to reliably detect motorcycles or fast-approaching cars. Automakers don't exactly brag about that flaw. Instead, they quietly recommend you still check your shoulder, even though the whole point of blind spot tech was to stop you from doing that. These hidden guardians prove one thing: your car is working harder than you think to keep you alive, even if the industry doesn't tell you. But while these systems are quietly saving lives, the features in the next section are all about everyday hacks hiding in plain sight. Secrets designed to save you money, frustration, and embarrassment every single day. Not every hidden feature is high-tech or tied to billion-dollar lawsuits. Some of the most useful car secrets are the tiny hacks hiding right under your nose. Things so simple, they can save you money, stress, or even protect your car from damage. Let's start with the fuel cap holder. Almost every modern car has a little hook or slot built into the fuel door, but most drivers never notice it. Instead, they let the cap dangle, scratching the paint, dripping grime, and even letting dirt creep into the tank. That dirt clogs injectors, strains your fuel pump, and slowly kills your engine. All to avoid taking 2 seconds to pop the cap into its holder. A simple feature, ignored by most people, that can literally extend your car's life. Now picture this. You pull up to a gas station running on fumes, only to realize you have no clue which side your fuel tank is on. Instead of guessing or doing the awkward 3-point turn shuffle, just glance at your dashboard. Right next to the little fuel pump icon, there's an arrow. That tiny arrow quietly points to the side of the car where your tank lives. It's been there for decades, but most drivers have no idea it exists. Then there's the sun visor trick. Flip your visor to the side window, and you'll still notice that annoying beam of sunlight sneaking through the gap. But here's the secret. In many cars, the visor slides out along its arm. Pull it, and suddenly you've got full coverage. Some models even hide a fold-out extension tucked inside. It's a feature designed to keep you from driving half-blinded, yet manufacturers rarely tell you it's there. And if you've ever rented a car or borrowed a friend's ride, you know how easy it is to miss the little things. Conversation mirrors hidden in sunglasses holders, dash compartments that double as cool boxes, even fold-away storage trays under the driver's seat, all designed to make life easier, but almost always overlooked. These everyday hacks prove that your car is smarter than you think. It's just keeping the secrets to itself. But here's where it gets really interesting. Not all hidden features are meant to help you. Some are designed to keep you out of trouble, away from repairs, and, in certain cases, locked into paying the manufacturer more money. And that's exactly what we're about to uncover next. Here's the truth. Not every hidden feature in your car was designed to make your life easier. Some of them exist because automakers want to control what you do or what you pay for. Pop your hood and you'll notice something interesting. Certain components are bright yellow, red, or blue, while everything else looks dull and gray. That's no random design choice. It's color coding. Automakers literally paint the parts they're okay with you touching, like the oil dipstick, washer fluid cap, or coolant reservoir, while leaving everything else looking intimidating on purpose. Why? Because they don't want you messing with the expensive stuff. It's their quiet way of saying, change your wiper fluid yourself, but leave the big jobs to us. It's smart engineering, but it's also smart business. Then there's the hidden emergency shift lock release. Ever had your battery die in an automatic? You can't shift into neutral, which means you're stuck, maybe even blocking traffic. But most cars have a secret override button hidden under a little plastic cover near the gear shifter. Pop it open, press the button, and suddenly you can shift like normal. Here's the kicker. Dealerships rarely tell you this, because stranded drivers mean towing fees, service calls, and profit. And let's not forget the mechanical key hiding in almost every modern fob. Push the tiny latch on your key fob, and a real metal key slides out, your backup in case the fob dies. But how many people actually know this exists? Most don't, and automakers aren't rushing to explain it. Instead, drivers panic when their fob fails, pay to have it fixed, and never realize they already had the solution in their pocket. These aren't just clever design quirks. They're calculated decisions. Features that protect you, yes, but also features that keep you coming back to the dealership. And if you think that's sneaky, wait until you see the luxury features that started out as rich people toys but are slowly creeping their way into everyday cars. For decades, luxury cars have acted like test labs for technology. The rich get the toys first, and if they work, eventually the rest of us get them too. But what's wild is just how many features you probably think are new were actually reserved for high-end buyers years ago. Take night vision. It sounds futuristic, like something straight out of a video game, but Mercedes, Audi, and BMW have been offering it since the early 2000s. Using thermal cameras, these systems can detect people, animals, and obstacles hundreds of feet beyond your headlights. But here's the catch. It was only available in luxury models costing more than most people's houses. Automakers marketed it as a premium perk, not a safety necessity. Now, slowly, aftermarket versions are popping up, letting everyday drivers buy what billionaires had 20 years ago. Or look at adaptive cruise control. Today, it's almost standard on new cars, but not long ago, it was exclusive to top-tier sedans and SUVs. The idea of your car automatically adjusting its speed to match traffic was once a status symbol. Now, it's filtering into affordable models, though often with stripped-down versions that don't perform quite as smoothly as the original luxury tech. Even something as simple as the conversation mirror, a tiny mirror that lets parents see into the back rows of SUVs, started as a premium family feature. Same with cooled glove compartments, hidden storage boxes, and panoramic sunroofs. They all began as bragging rights in luxury markets before becoming selling points in mass-market cars. But here's the twist. Not every feature trickles down perfectly. Some get watered down, made cheaper, or limited to optional packages so manufacturers can keep charging more. It's the same technology, but carefully rationed out depending on how much you're willing to spend. These luxury hand-me-downs reveal something important. The auto industry doesn't always innovate to protect you. They innovate to sell you an upgrade. And while the rich enjoy cutting-edge safety, comfort, and convenience, the rest of us are left waiting until it's profitable to share. But this divide doesn't just exist between rich and poor. It also shows up between countries. Some features that are standard overseas are mysteriously missing in US cars, and the reason why is even more controversial. Here's something most drivers never realize. The car sitting in your driveway might be missing features that are standard on the exact same model overseas. Why? Because automakers tailor cars to markets in ways that often put profit above safety. Take Europe. Many vehicles there come standard with advanced safety tech like lane keeping assist, speed limit recognition, and road condition alerts. Meanwhile, in the US, those same features are often locked behind expensive premium packages. The technology is already built into the car. It's just deactivated unless you pay extra. Automakers argue it's about choice. But let's be real. It's about upselling. And then there's hidden storage. Japanese brands like Toyota and Honda have long slipped clever compartments into their models. Dash cool boxes, under-seat trays, secret stash spots. In Europe, many of these are standard. But in the US, some of them quietly vanish, replaced by nothing more than a flat piece of plastic. Why? Because the US market is trained to see add-ons as upsell opportunities, while other regions expect them as part of the deal. The scandals run deeper when it comes to safety laws. After a series of tragic cases where children were trapped in trunks, Europe and Japan moved quickly to require interior trunk releases. The US lagged behind for years until lawsuits and public outrage forced regulators to act in 2002. Now every new car sold here must have a glow-in-the-dark release handle. But it wasn't generosity from automakers that made it happen. It was legal pressure. Even headlights expose the divide. Adaptive high beams have been common in Europe for over a decade, automatically dimming to avoid blinding oncoming drivers. In the US, they were blocked by outdated regulations until 2022. Millions of Americans missed out on safer night driving, all because of slow bureaucracy and industry lobbying. These global differences show something clear. The car you buy isn't always the best version that exists. It's the version the automaker decided you could have. And if that doesn't make you question what else they're holding back, wait until you hear the final twist, where we reveal how some of these hidden features aren't just clever, they're powerful enough to get banned. By now it's clear, your car is hiding way more than you thought. From life-saving safety systems that work silently in the background, to everyday hacks hiding in plain sight, to billion-dollar features that were once reserved for the rich, or flat-out banned. Some of these secrets are designed to protect you, others to squeeze more money out of you, and a few were so powerful regulators actually stepped in to keep them off the roads. And that's the real story most drivers never hear. Cars aren't just machines, they're battlegrounds of innovation, profit, and control. Every hidden feature tells you something about how far the industry will go, whether it's keeping you safe, keeping you paying, or keeping you in the dark. So the next time you get behind the wheel, remember, your car isn't just a ride. It's a vault of secrets, some useful, some controversial, and some still waiting to be uncovered. And here's the kicker. What we've covered today is just the beginning. Because while hidden fuel cap holders and emergency trunk releases are clever, there are features out there so extreme they were banned outright. Features so powerful, entire countries said, absolutely not. That's what we're uncovering next. Banned car features the industry doesn't want you to know about. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. So if you're ready to unlock more of the car world's buried history, hit subscribe, drop a like, and buckle up. The next secret is even bigger.